Florida homeowners, it's not a question of if, but when the next hurricane will come. No matter what Florida weather has in store, StormSmart has products that protect every opening of your home while improving the look, feel, and function. From durable aluminum shutters, high-impact windows and doors, to our innovative storm catcher screens, products that enhance the beauty of your home and keep your family safe. Because smart is complete hurricane protection, and smart is peace of mind. Call StormSmart today for your free in-home consultation.
When your power goes out, remember just how inconvenient your life can be. No lights, no refrigeration, no heating or cooling, no electronics. But with the Generac Home Standby Generator, you'll have power when you need it. Our Generac generators automatically provide backup power after sensing a power outage, so your life goes on uninterrupted. Get a free 10-year warranty with the purchase of any air-cooled generator. Call Generac Generators today. Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power.
Got some clouds out there, even a couple of sprinkles as another front rolls through the area. Most of us wake up to sunshine and then very warm temperatures in the afternoon. Our temperatures, they're going up and they're staying up. Really nice forecast, especially if you're planning on going to the beach or the pool. Rain chances very slim. Another beautiful day in store. It's going to bring us a very high chance of storms. Some isolated showers across the area. Mother Nature likes to remind us that it isn't set by a calendar. We're always on it for you just in case things begin to pop.
Streaming from the ABC Action Weather Center in Studio A. This is Dennis Phillips Live. Brought to you by StormSmart. Get guaranteed installation before hurricane season. And by Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power.
How you doing, everybody? Tuesday night edition of Dennis Phillips Live. And, you know, typically in March and April, when there's not a lot of weather to talk about, it's a little bit tougher to have a entertaining and riveting DPL. But tonight, and I mean, this literally came out of left field. Like, I'm looking at my Facebook messages yesterday, and I see a message, and it was from someone who I didn't recognize and didn't follow my page, and, you know, said, hey, I just got off a cruise, and I thought it was a Tampa cruise, which I was mistaken. It was actually a Port Canaveral cruise. But I was on a cruise, and everybody was mistaking me for the weather guy. And you know, my immediate thought is, yeah, right, whatever. And then he sends the picture, and I'm like, dang. I mean, I posted the picture on Facebook, and on Instagram, and my son actually wrote, Dad, with a question mark on it. So, I mean, this is good stuff. Guys, thanks for stopping by. We have a very large crowd tonight, like literally 500% higher than on any typically quiet weather night. So, you know, you're not here to hear from me. I know this. You guys are here for Mike. So let's just go ahead and bring in Mike. Donning suspenders. Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. And I have my Dr. Pepper too.
He's got the Diet Dr. Pepper. I don't have a Diet Dr. Pepper. Wait a minute. I lied. Yes, I do. So, I mean, this is just one of those things, like, you know, you couldn't plan anything like this, because I'm going on my Facebook page, and I'm telling you, we have thousands of people on my Facebook page, and they're all chanting your name. Mike, Mike, Mike. So go ahead and take me through how this shenanigans and tomfoolery started, because I'm sure you're just thinking, I'm going to go on a nice cruise with my girlfriend. It's going to be real relaxing. I'm not going to have to worry about anything. And then what happened?
Well, we got on the cruise on Saturday, and an hour or two later, I started seeing people staring at me. I didn't know if I had a big pimple on my nose or something. I didn't know what was going on. And a couple of days later, a lady named Dina Crow came up to me and asked me, was I Dennis Phillips? I said, who?
Yeah.
I said, oh, I'm Mike from North Carolina. And so we had a conversation, and I put your picture up on Facebook and everything. And after that, the ball got rolling. I guess everybody got comfortable with me, and they started asking me, and people started looking at me and coming over to me and wanted their pictures taken with me. And It was real fun. I had to admit, it was the funnest week I've had in a long time.
And the comments that I'm getting right now on Facebook, and by the way, Mike, after this is over, you can go back and watch it and you can read the comments, because I'm sure you're going to have 11 billion friend requests from people. But just so you know, if any of them are giving you problems, I have the ban button here, so I'll use it for you, because every now and again, we got to break out the ban button. But so clearly, hearing you talk, you are not Florida man, you are North Carolina man.
That's correct.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about. So you're from Fayetteville, or you're in Fayetteville now?
I was born and raised around this area, yes, and I lived here all my life.
Okay, so I got some big questions for you. First of all, and these are the folks who are asking these questions. What type of footwear do you wear? Because I'm a dad shoes guy. I'm a New Balance guy. So what do you have?
Skechers this time had New Balance last time. They were white.
Yes! Yes! He's got the white New Balance. See, and my kids used to mock me and ridicule me when I wore my white dad shoes. But all of a sudden, I don't know if you've noticed, Mike, the last few years, white New Balance are kind of getting in style again. Now, I don't know about Skechers. I don't know. I don't have any Skechers, but I know what they are. But the New Balance, I mean, that's just the classic dad shoe. It just is. So tell me a little bit, like, at what point did you say, what's up? Because I'm going to tell you, folks, Mike sent the picture with the suspenders and the Diet Dr. Pepper. That didn't come from me. Mike or your girlfriend did some research. So yeah. Kind of, how did you get to where you are right now?
Well, from your comments this morning, a lot of people asked that I have the suspenders and Dr. Pepper, that I would be just like you if I did. The most I heard on the cruise, though, was about rule number 7. That was the whole thing. Rule number 7. I heard that probably about 100 times. Yeah.
Well, you can't see it probably, but I'm wearing a rule number 7 hoodie. And it's a thing that I started back in 2012. We had a hurricane that was coming this way, Mike, and its name was Isaac. And these ice storms, I mean, now how far are you from the Atlantic?
Less than 2 hours, probably about 90 miles.
Okay, so are there ever storms that impact you guys? You know, do you ever get some winds from hurricanes when they come up toward the Outer Banks?
Yes, a lot of times they'll come through like Georgia or South Carolina, and they curve up around Fayetteville and Raleigh area. So we do get 40, 50, 60 mile per hour winds probably about 2 or 3 times a year.
All right, so you know. So we had this Hurricane Isaac that was coming this way. By the way, go ahead and send your questions to Mike right here. I am looking at your comments. Everybody says Mike needs a hoodie. So you know what? That might be the next step. During hurricane season, I will send Mike a hoodie, and we can bring Mike back on, especially if we have a storm that's anywhere near the Carolinas. Mike, would you be our official North Carolina correspondent if a hurricane decides to come up that way?
You got it. Yes, I will.
Beautiful. All right, so we're going to get Mike a hoodie, and then we'll Mike, because you guys know we have Bonnie. Mike Bouchard is a local guy whose mom, Bonnie, lives in Louisiana. And whenever there's a storm that comes in from the Gulf and goes up toward Louisiana, we get Bonnie on here, and she gives us an update. So I got to get Bonnie a hoodie, too. These are things that are just coming in my mind. Well, anyway, so back to rule number 7. So, yeah, back in 2012, Isaac was coming, Mike, and people were freaking out, because everybody was talking about moving the RNC, the Republican National Convention, which was in Tampa, to Jacksonville because of the hurricane. I'm like, no, we're okay. Don't freak out. We're fine. I'm not freaking out. This storm's not going to bother us. Now, it didn't. And I wrote these 7 rules, just jotted them down on a whim. It took me 5 minutes. And one of them, rule number 7, was don't freak out unless I'm freaking out. We're fine. And I was referencing Isaac. But it's kind of turned into a little of a mantra for us here on DPL. When hurricanes are coming, the key is not to be freaking out. So that's kind of where it came from. So anyway, when you're in your cruise ship and you're walking around, I mean, what did you enjoy it, or was it kind of like annoying after a while? Because when I go on a cruise, I get a lot of people come up to me. I love it, but that's my job. I'm sure you were kind of like, all right, I don't know the weather, leave me alone.
No, I can't say that. I love the attention because it just doesn't happen. You go on a cruise expecting to relax and nobody's going to know you, and all of a sudden everybody's wanting to get their pictures taken with me, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, I just kind of played the part along with it and just went with it.
Now, I got to ask you a question. Was your girlfriend getting a little mad when beautiful women were coming up on to get your picture?
She loved it. No, matter of fact, she took the pictures.
Oh, she did.
Yes.
See, now that's a very thoughtful woman. I mean, but at first I'm sure it's kind of like, honey, what's going on here? There's something a little bit peculiar about this. Now, I will tell you, you might not know this, Mike. It's a good question. I just got this last week. I was at a baseball game, Phillies game, and I get this a good bit. Matter of fact, I got this on a cruise ship. A lot of people think I look like Nick Saban. Has anybody ever asked you if you look like Nick Saban?
No, I haven't had that one yet.
Yeah, I get that a lot. So there's Mike and there's Dennis and there's Nick over on this other side. So, okay, here's another question. Mike, I'm a big Christmas light guy. Like, I'm an over-the-top Christmas light guy. We do fundraising with our Christmas display, and in our neighborhood, it's a big thing. So tell me are you a little bit of a closet Christmas decorator, or is that more your girlfriend?
Usually about the tree and just a few things in the house.
So you don't have 15 inflatables outside.
No.
So not the Christmas guy. Okay. All right. Well, now, oh, by the way, update: the Bolts are now up 4-0 over the Pittsburgh Penguins, according to Jules. Thank you, Jules. So anyway, so you're a Skechers guy with them dad shoes. Where did the suspenders? Did you have those suspenders somewhere, or did you have to go out and buy them?
We borrowed from a neighbor.
So how did that conversation happen?
Well, Margie said, you got to get some. So I said, no, I don't want to go out and buy any. So she asked the neighbor, and they gave it to us. And yeah, so she told them what was going on, and they were really, really excited, let's say. Yeah.
That's absolutely hysterical. All right. So now, some people are asking about the age difference. I don't know. Is it impolite for me to ask how old you are? Are you between like 50 and 65?
65.
65. Okay. All right. So we're really not that much difference in a lot of ways. But honestly, what about now? Do you have kids?
Yes.
Okay. And what are they watching?
I'm not sure.
Are they in North Carolina as well, or have they moved in other parts of the country?
They're both in North Carolina.
Okay. All right. Well, do they look like you?
I don't think so. Margie says one of them does. So
Margie says sorta. All right. Do they wear suspenders?
Oh no. No.
No. Who would do that? I don't blame you. I'm with you on that. All right. So anyway, any other questions here? I'm looking here, folks. Yeah, we've got nearly 2,000 people online. And yeah, now I have 6 kids. Mike. And 4 boys and 2 girls. And I will tell you, 2 of the boys look like you and look like me. Wow. There is definitely, and I've shared this before, and I'll share this with y'all, because I've been, you guys know me, I'm very transparent with my life. I was adopted, right? So I did the 23andMe thing a year or 2 ago to try to see if I had any blood relatives. And when I looked at Mike's picture, I'm kind of thinking, Mike, is there any possibility? And he's like, no, your family's from the Carolinas dating back, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. All right. So no, because, but I wondered, because there is a resemblance. So, all right. Well, anyway, so my wife is on here too. I'm not even sure what she, there's talk amongst the ranks. And Mike, on this chat, when you go back and look at it, you'll see it goes in 15 different directions. But I promise you will be getting lots and lots of folks asking. So someone says, what is Mike's favorite North Carolina barbecue? And what is South Carolina's best?
Can't speak for South Carolina, but the pork barbecue with the barbecue sauce is definitely a favorite of everybody around here.
Now, what is it?
The barbecue sauce is a vinegar base, but it's very good. The pork barbecue, I would say, is probably the most famous.
Do you make your own?
Oh no, I don't. No, I go to a restaurant. Make it easy.
Yeah, I get it. Well, I just want to tell you, I'm very serious. Message me on Facebook, a private message, your address. We're going to send you a hoodie, and you are going to be our official North Carolina correspondent during hurricane season. And eventually, maybe we'll get the entire Atlantic and Gulf Coast with DPL folks. But I mean, honestly, you have been a great sport. Your personality is amazing. I mean, everybody, I've been doing this, Mike, for 30 years, longer than 30 years, 35 years. No, close to 40 years. Wow, I'm old. Close to 40 years. And I don't think I've ever had someone like this where everybody just loves you. I mean, I was getting just all these messages. So thank you for being so kind and for being entertaining. And we'll be checking back with you again during hurricane season. Where exactly are you in North Carolina, as Rebecca's asking?
I'm in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Right
So you are in
beside-
Fayetteville.
right? Uh-huh.
So are you a Tar Heel or a Dookie or neither?
100% Tar Heel and 0 Dookie.
Oh,
Can't be both. You can't be both.
yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. I know you can't be both. There's a commercial. I can't remember what it is, but it was last week, and there's a Tar Heel family, and the girl's boyfriend shows up in a Duke sweatshirt, and the mom and the dad, they slam the door in his face, and they're like, out of here. Now, I will tell you, one of the meteorologists in our weather department, she is a Wolfpack graduate. So, there's when I told her I figured you were a Tar Heel being from Fayetteville, and she's like, yeah, we don't do that. So I get it. There's a lot of animosity between the two. You guys did well getting into the tournament and giving Duke a run for the money in the ACC tournament. So, props to you guys. And again, thank you very, very much for taking the time, Mike. And we will see you. I'm not lying. Come hurricane season, you get a storm coming in from the Carolinas, you expect a call from me.
Okay, sounds good, Dennis. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike. You have yourself a great night.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Well, that was Mike, who was absolutely awesome. I looked at that. He's a Southerner. He's a very respectful Southerner gentleman. And you kind of got that feel, right? You just had that feel. And what a super guy. Just, can you imagine going on a cruise ship and the entire week having people coming up to you, are you the weatherman? Are you the weatherman? It's hysterical. So again, Mike, thank you very, very much for the time. All right, we do have some weather to get into because actually we're looking kind of, by the way, I'll show you the picture in case you hadn't seen it, but I'm sure most of you probably have. Here, we'll go through the forecast. So this was the picture that he sent me right here. So that's Mike sitting at the bar on the cruise ship. I think I have that shirt, Mike. I'm telling you right now, I think I have that same shirt. So anyway, that was Mike, and I see the resemblance. I do. I mean, Mike's a few years older than me, but not much. And I definitely do. I see the resemblance. Oh, Caroline asked the question, Mike, what's your take on heat lightning? Oh, man. I should have followed up on that one. That would have been classic. Annie wears dad shoes, so come on. He's my kind of guy. All right, there's a look at radar. We did have a severe thunderstorm warning in Glades County about an hour ago. Just kind of a reminder that any of our thunderstorms, oh, and actually there's a warning right now over on the East Coast. It looks like, let's see, where is that? It looks like I just saw that warning pop up. Yep, right there. So again, not our area, but severe thunderstorm warning for Martin County till 8:15. Radar signatures of probably some hail with that. Yeah, it looks like hail damage to vehicles is expected, wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. So it's moving to the east at 30 miles an hour, quarter-size hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. So by definition, that is a severe thunderstorm. Temperatures right now, I'm not sure about these temperatures. I'm seeing these 60s from Winter Haven to Lake Wales to Avon Park and Sebring. At first, I thought that was inaccurate, but because it's such a solid line, maybe that's from some cloud cover or some rain, or maybe even the easterly wind setting up over there. But yeah, I mean, we're looking at some 60s and upper 60s, low 70s over on the East Coast, and for that matter, from Largo to Indian Rocks, mid 60s, Riverview 65, St. Pete 78. Highs today hit 84 in Plant City, 83 in Tampa, 84 in Lakeland. St. Pete hit 80, Sarasota 81, Sebring 86. Outside, right now, we are done with snuggle alerts, Keisha. You can be thankful. Keisha makes me laugh because whenever there is a snuggle alert, Keisha's husband insists on saying, look, Dennis said there's a snuggle alert. So you got to do what the weather guy says. And I get messages from Keisha saying, Dennis, will you just knock it off on the snuggle alerts? All right. so Keisha is apparently very happy now that the snuggle alerts are gone. He does not have a ton of Christmas lights, Sarah. He said he does some stuff on the inside, but does not do a lot of stuff on the outside. So you see, we are not the same guy. Kelly likes the snuggle alerts as well. 78, mostly clear right now in Tampa with west winds coming in at 13 miles an hour. The big Chasco parade is on Saturday. Yeah, Lynn, I'm going to get into the timing of the rain. I will tell you right now, it is too close to call. And I'll give you some model data coming up in just a minute. 83 the high today in Tampa. The morning low dropped down to 70. Averages are 79 and 61. Records are 92 and 36. By the way, want to let you guys know, so this is my week. Tomorrow, I am going to be having another, it's kind of like the Straz get-together that we had. It will be at St. Pete College, Tarpon Springs campus. If you go on my Facebook page, which is probably where you are right now, many of you at least, you'll see a registration there's a link to register. You have to register in advance. It's free. So the Straz, you had to buy the tickets, but this is free. It's from 7 to 8:30 tomorrow night at the main auditorium at the Tarpon Springs campus for St. Pete College. And it's going to be like a moderator, and we're going to be talking about all sorts of stuff. I'm sure I'm going to get questions about hurricanes. I'm sure I'm going to get questions about NOAA. I'm sure I'm going to be getting questions about the Florida bill that was out there about whether or not, the making weather and man-made weather and whatnot. And you know what? It's all fair game. And I will answer. You guys know me. I don't pull punches. I'll answer honestly with how I feel. That may differ from what you think, but you know what? That's what makes America great, right? We can have differing opinions, and we can always be polite and respectful to each other in those opinions. All right, well, we can have differing opinions, and that's okay. And we will be talking about that. But nevertheless, I may still bring my band button with me tomorrow night. Like I said, St. Pete College, 7 to 8:30. Register in advance for free. I don't think it's sold out, but it's getting pretty close. All right, so let's jump. And then Thursday, I'm going to be over at UT doing a presentation to the journalism department. And then Friday, I'm in Des Moines, Iowa. Yep, Friday, I'm presenting at a weather conference in Des Moines, talking about Milton and Helene. So I will be kind of all over the place this week. There's a lot of conferences, a lot of hurricane expos coming up as well. And we'll be sure to share the details with you guys on that. And I am going to bring the buzzer with me, Bridget. I definitely will. How's the Rays opener looking on Friday? It's looking great. The weather will be just fine. So here's a look at Futurecast. Tomorrow, we start the day mostly clear with temperatures in the lower 60s. And then in the afternoon and evening, sunny, about 85 degrees. Thursday looks good too. Thursday night looks good. Opening day, I think a 4:10 first pitch looks good. It will be warm. But then on Saturday, you see the first chance of rain. I'm going to tell you, this is a very, very tricky forecast. all right? You see the chance temps drop a little bit on Sunday. That's as the front and clouds come in. Don't forget tasty tacos in Des Moines. You know, Courtney, I am looking for a place to get something to eat. So if you're telling me that Tasty Tacos in Des Moines is the place to go, then I'm going to go, because I'm going to be looking for something to do on Sunday. My plane comes back on Sunday. My presentation's on Saturday. So there's a look at your long-range forecast. Guys, the snuggle alerts are done, all right? Look, and Jennifer just hit the nail on the head saying we're getting crunchy in Pinellas. Yeah, we are now coming up into the time of the year where we're usually more concerned about brush fire season. We don't get a lot of rain. We're not going to get a lot of rain. And the sun is really strong. So the majority of the time we start talking about brush fire issues right on through the early part of June when the rainy season historically kicks in. For the boaters, there you see it, west winds. No, actually north winds at 5 to 10 knots. Sea is a foot or so, maybe up to 2 feet, light chop in the bay. There's your sunrise and your sunset. The forecast for the beach, beautiful day at the beach on Wednesday. Sunny skies, highs in the mid to upper 70s. And there's your forecast tonight, clear skies, dropping into the lower 60s by tomorrow morning, and there's the 7-day. All right, sunny for the next 3 days. Saturday and Sunday is when the rain chance returns. And let's talk a little bit more about that. All right, we're going to look here at the GFS, okay? Here's a look at the GFS. And Wednesday morning, Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, Thursday evening, Friday morning, Friday evening, we look good, right? No worries. High pressure off to the east, east-southeast flow, warm temperatures. Now look at that area in the Gulf from Friday in Texas to Louisiana on Saturday. Now this is, again, this is the GFS. Saturday night, it brings in the chance of some rain. Now here's how I see this, all right? The rain over inland areas will be driven by instability and heating of the day. So I think there might be some early evening showers on Saturday in inland areas. But the main area of energy in the Gulf holds back until late Saturday night or Sunday morning, okay? So that's Saturday night, that's overnight Saturday night, Sunday morning, this comes through. And then it moves out, and then maybe a weak front tries to come through on Monday or Tuesday. So the GFS timing is more Saturday night, Sunday morning. Here's the Euro. The Euro on Wednesday, the Euro on Thursday, the Euro on Friday, still looking good. Saturday morning, still good. Saturday afternoon, still good. Saturday evening, there's the instability along the Gulf and inland. Like I said, around 8 o'clock, most of the area is dry. So my take right now is Saturday will be drier. There could be a few inland late afternoon showers, and then the rain holds off. The Euro holds it off until Sunday afternoon. The GFS is more Saturday late night. So blending the two, late Saturday night into Sunday morning, we get some scattered showers through the area and maybe a few thunderstorms. The Euro is a little more bullish with the secondary system coming through, but look at the cold air. There is none. The 540 line is all the way up in Canada, and you can kiss the cold air goodbye. How's Des Moines going to be? Rain. Look at that low right over Des Moines. A 1,000 millibar low, right, a 998 millibar low, right over Des Moines. So I'm going to get some really great flying weather on Sunday. Isn't that awesome? All right, there you go. So that's how I'm looking. That's how I'm looking. Yeah, you did miss Mike, Sarah, but when I hit stop, this will replay, and you will be able to see Mike in all his glory. Great, just a great, great guy. So streamers, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Again, timing on the rain late Saturday into Sunday. Opening day should be great. We'll continue for a few minutes on Facebook. Streamers, you have a great night. We'll see you on the next edition of Dennis Phillips Live. Okay, so streamers are gone. All right, so I'll look at your questions here. 25th anniversary coming up. Thoughts on vacationing in the Keys the last week of July. Kim, there's always, okay, I will tell people I would never not schedule a trip anytime in June, July, August, or September, anywhere in the state of Florida. I would not. I would not even not plan a cruise in the month of September in the Atlantic. But you have to know there will be hurricanes out there and probably hurricanes in the Gulf from time to time. But as is the case with most cruise ships, they just steer around those storms. The only time the cruises are an issue is when they actually have to close the port because of a hurricane. But I would not hesitate to think of planning a trip in the Keys at the end of July. The odds are absolutely in your favor at all points. All right? Don't know why anybody else is calling for another active hurricane season. Look, I will give you my forecast. I did a magazine shoot today, and one of the interviews was, what do I think is going to be the hurricane season? I'll be real honest with you. Look, you guys know my take on long-range hurricane forecasting. Most of the time, it's a waste of time. You can get 50 storms, but if they all stay in the ocean, nobody will care. You can get 2 storms, but if one hits you as a Cat 4, it was a very active season, right? So how many form, I don't care. We will be in what's known as a neutral. And so it's, La Nina is, La Nina favors a more active hurricane season. El Nino favors a less active hurricane season in terms of the Caribbean and the Gulf. All right, we're going to be neutral. We're going to be between the two. And all it is water temperature, guys. When the water is exceptionally cool, it's one. When it's exceptionally warm, it's the other. When it's in the middle, it's neutral. It doesn't favor development one way or the other. But there are many other factors that come into play in hurricane development. And this is what always drives me crazy, because you'll get people say, oh, it's an El Nino, so we're going to have a very quiet season. Think about last season. We were trending toward La Nina, but at the end of the day, what was the biggest part of our weather in the month of July? It was all the Saharan dust. And the location of the Saharan dust was much farther north than it typically is. That was in none of the preseason forecasts, because you can't forecast that stuff that far out. So I'll tell you what the number is going to be. I guarantee you that it'll be somewhere between like 16 and 20 or 15 and 21. That will be the prediction, all right? And they're probably going to go with 8 hurricanes and 3 majors. That's probably going to be a ballpark number, and I put pretty darn close. So, but the question will be, will it be more weighted in the Caribbean or the Gulf or the Atlantic? And there's variables that come into play that are really, really challenging, maybe not impossible, but really challenging to predict that far out. Are you going to see more storms in the Atlantic side, or more storms in the Caribbean, or more storms in the Gulf, home-brewed storms? And in my opinion, late March, the accuracy of those predictions are so low that what's the point of doing it, right? So you're going to get 16 to 21 named storms. Those numbers are going to be pretty accurate. But where they're going to be, time will tell. We're just going to have to wait and see. All right? So anyway, that's about where we are. I will want to thank Mike Bright for coming in, and his girlfriend for helping him figuring out the technology on social, because it sounds like she is the social media guru. It was a great time, really enjoyed it. Thank you for stopping by. And as I said, tomorrow night, if you get a chance, we will be streaming on YouTube the event tomorrow night. I'd love to have you come out. We're going to have a meet and greet, meet everybody. But if you can't make it out, I will post a link tomorrow for the stream for the presentation over at St. Pete College. And again, Thursday night, or Thursday rather, is at UT. I believe that's more for classes and whatnot, journalism department. And then I will give you updates from Des Moines if I make it to Tasty Tacos or any place else for the presentation I have on Helene and Milton. So you guys have a great night. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you on our next edition of Dennis Phillips Live. See you guys.